Welcome, miladies of inestimable value. Only one type of man has what it takes to win the heart of a Sigma female. And trust me, he's rarer than finding a four-leaf clover in a snowstorm. While most people think of Sigma females as fiercely independent and emotionally untouchable, the truth is they're just incredibly selective. Studies show that over 40% of people settle for relationships that don't fully satisfy them, but for a Sigma female, that's just not an option. She's not interested in just any relationship. She's drawn to a man who's as grounded as he is independent, with a mindset as unique as her own. And yes, she may be famously hard to impress, but for this kind of man, she's all ears. So what makes this one-in-a-million guy different from the rest? Number one, he's secure, not just confident. The only man who can capture a Sigma female's heart has to be more than just confident. He needs to be secure. Confidence is what people show to the world. It's that polished, I've got it all together vibe. But true security, that runs deeper. It's unshakable. This guy knows exactly who he is, what he wants, and doesn't feel the need to shout about it to anyone. He's not putting on a show to impress others, nor does he need to prove his worth to himself or to the world. He's simply comfortable in his own skin, content with his own life, and he walks through the world with quiet conviction. To a Sigma female, this level of security is magnetic. It's like meeting someone who doesn't flinch when the room gets tense, who's steady even when things go sideways. Unlike the guy who's always trying to one-up everyone around him, this man stays focused on his own path. He doesn't care if people think he's successful or cool. He already knows his value and doesn't need anyone's stamp of approval. In a society full of people eager for likes, followers, and constant validation, this guy stands out like an island in a sea of noise. This isn't about being aloof or detached. It's about not being rattled by what others think. And it shows in the way he handles himself. He doesn't feel the need to jump into every argument, and he doesn't get thrown off by minor slights. His energy says, I know who I am, and I'm not here to prove it. And for a Sigma female who values authenticity over appearances, that quiet strength is irresistible. It's the ultimate sign of a man who's truly secure in himself, and that's exactly what she's looking for. Number two, he has zero desire to control her. A Sigma female has a natural aversion to anyone who tries to control her. She's independent to the core, and the last thing she wants is a man who treats her like a project to manage. The man she'll actually fall for is someone who understands this, and better yet, embraces it. He doesn't just accept her independence, he celebrates it. He doesn't see her autonomy as a threat to his role in the relationship. In fact, he knows she's too rare to be caged, and he respects that her freedom is part of what makes her unique. This man isn't looking to mold her into some picture-perfect partner or fit her into his expectations. He's not intimidated by her strength or trying to dim her light to feel brighter. Instead, he's genuinely curious about who she is and values her exactly as she comes. Strong opinions, independence, quirks, and all. The last thing on his mind is reshaping her. He'd rather encourage her to keep growing in the direction she's already headed. What really sets him apart is that he doesn't need constant validation or a traditional role in the relationship. He's fully secure standing by her side as her equal, not hovering over her shoulder as a shadow or guide. He trusts her judgment, respects her space, and doesn't take her independence personally. And if she takes off on her own path for a while, he's not panicking. He knows she'll come back when she's ready, stronger than before. To a Sigma female, this kind of respect and freedom is non-negotiable. The man who's confident enough to let her be herself is more than a match. He's a rare find. And frankly, she wouldn't settle for anything less. Number three, he's not threatened by her success. The man who wins a Sigma female's heart is someone who's secure enough to see her success as something inspiring, not intimidating. He doesn't feel the need to shrink her accomplishments to feel bigger himself. Instead, he looks at her achievements and sees a reflection of his own high standards. He's proud to be with a woman who's aiming for greatness, just like he is. He's not keeping score or feeling like he has to one-up her. He's too busy rooting for her and wanting her to reach even further. What really sets him apart is his genuine support. He doesn't just cheer her on from the sidelines, he actively pushes her toward her potential. If she has a big ambition, he'll encourage her to go after it without holding back. He sees her growth as something that benefits them both, not as a competition or a threat to his ego. In fact, he's the kind of man who actually enjoys seeing her surpass expectations, even his own. This kind of guy isn't worried about outdated ideas of who should be more successful or who gets to have the spotlight. To him, her success is just proof that he's with someone remarkable. He knows that a woman with drive and talent is an asset, not a liability. And while others might feel overshadowed, he's thrilled to see her shine. In a world where many men struggle with a partner who's a powerhouse, he stands out by being fully secure and genuinely excited to see her reach new heights. For a Sigma female, that's not just appealing, it's essential. Number 4, he's unfazed by others' opinion of her. The man who wins a Sigma female's heart has one critical trait. He's completely unaffected by what others think of her. While some might feel the need to explain or even soften a partner who doesn't conform, he doesn't care if her independence or non-traditional choices raise a few eyebrows. He's with her because he values her exactly as she is, and he respects that she isn't interested in following anyone else's script. When people make comments about her independence, he doesn't flinch. He doesn't worry if she comes off as too intense or too aloof, and he has no desire to change her to fit anyone's expectations. He knows that her unorthodox nature is what makes her extraordinary, and he admires her strength to stand apart. Her refusal to conform doesn't bother him, it inspires him. In fact, he sees it as one of her best qualities, her ability to be unapologetically herself in a world that's always trying to shape people into predictable roles. Where others might feel embarrassed or pressured to explain her to others, he stands by her without hesitation. He respects her authenticity and knows that she's not here to fit a mold, and he wouldn't want her to. Instead of being threatened by her individuality, he's proud to be the partner of someone who lives life on her own terms. For a Sigma female, being with someone who truly respects her unorthodoxy is invaluable. She doesn't have to dilute herself or worry about making him uncomfortable. He's her ally in being exactly who she is. No apologies, no adjustments. And for a woman who's used to standing out, having a partner who's right there with her, completely unfazed by the opinions of others, is both rare and essential. Number 5, he values time alone as much as she does. The man who truly captivates a Sigma female is someone who, like her, deeply values his alone time. She's not drawn to anyone who's clingy, overly needy, or constantly seeking validation. That would feel like being chained down. Instead, she's drawn to a man who has his own life, ambitions, and inner world so rich that he too finds peace in solitude. For him, alone time isn't just a necessity, it's a part of who he is. He doesn't view her need for space as a rejection or as something to fix. In fact, he gets it on a personal level. He's not constantly checking his phone, wondering why she's not replying within seconds or demanding every moment of her attention. He's comfortable going days on his own, pursuing his interests, recharging, and savoring his own company. For him, time apart isn't a red flag. It's a natural part of being in a relationship with someone as independent as he is. Their mutual respect for solitude becomes a quiet bond between them. Neither has to explain why they need that space, why they sometimes crave silence, or why they enjoy an afternoon just to themselves. They just understand. He sees her independence as a mirror of his own, and this shared value makes their relationship feel effortless. There's no pressure to constantly entertain each other or fill every moment with noise. In a world where so many people misunderstand independence for distance or coldness, this man gets the true value of time alone. He knows that their best connection often comes after they've each had the time to recharge and come back stronger. For a Sigma female, a partner who genuinely values solitude is more than refreshing, it's essential. And the beauty of it is, they both know how to be alone without ever feeling lonely. Number 6, he can call her out without making it a power play. The man who captures a Sigma female's heart is someone who can call her out when she's off track, and does it in a way that doesn't feel like a power play. While many people might walk on eggshells around her, either intimidated by her strength or eager to keep the peace, he's different. He doesn't shy away from telling her the hard truth, but he also isn't doing it to win points or assert his authority. His honesty comes from a place of respect, not competition. He understands that she values truth over ego, and he knows she doesn't need to be coddled or flattered. He respects her intelligence enough to give it to her straight, knowing she'll appreciate it far more than empty compliments or shallow reassurances. He's confident enough to disagree with her without feeling threatened or making her feel attacked. When he calls her out, it's not a move to one-up her, but to keep things real. It's not about scoring a victory, it's about keeping them both grounded. This level of honesty is rare and deeply appealing to a Sigma female. She's not looking for a yes man who'll agree with everything she says to avoid conflict. Instead, she's drawn to someone who can challenge her, call her out, and bring her back to reality when needed. It shows her that he's not intimidated by her, that he respects her enough to be upfront, and that he values the integrity of their relationship more than winning an argument. For her, that kind of straightforward, ego-free honesty is priceless, and it creates a bond built on mutual respect and trust, something that's hard to find and impossible to fake. Number 7, he's not impressed by superficial beauty. The man who truly wins a Sigma female's heart is one who sees beyond the surface, unfazed by superficial beauty or fleeting trends. She knows her real worth isn't wrapped up in appearances, and she'll only be interested in a man who understands that too. While others might be dazzled by her looks or distracted by signals of social status, he's genuinely interested in the substance beneath, her mind, her depth, her character. This man isn't someone who's drawn to empty displays or impressed by shallow signals. He's not the type to care if she's wearing the latest designer piece or if she's turning heads. His attraction goes far deeper than that. What he finds compelling are her insights, her self-confidence, her resilience, qualities that don't fade and that aren't dependent on anyone's approval. He's intrigued by the way she thinks, by her passions, and by the way she holds her own in a world that often values appearances above all else. What makes him stand out is that he doesn't feel the need to flaunt his interest in her just because of how she looks. He doesn't reduce her to appearances. Instead, he values her for the complex person she is. This allows her to drop any guard she might hold up with those who are only interested in surface-level things. For a Sigma female, having a partner who truly sees her, who values her not for how she looks but for who she is a rare and refreshing connection. In a world where so many relationships are built on looks or status, this man's depth is a breath of fresh air. He's drawn to her soul, not her exterior, and for someone who values authenticity, that makes him stand out in a way no superficial charm ever could. Number 8, he brings his own ambition to the table. A Sigma female isn't interested in a man who's simply coasting through life. She's driven, and she's looking for someone who can match that intensity and purpose. But for her, it's not about superficial goals like money, fame, or status. The man who truly gets her attention is someone pursuing a purpose that lights him up from within, something that adds meaning to his life. She's inspired by his genuine dedication to a mission, something he's passionate about, and she admires how committed he is to making it a reality. This man brings his own ambition to the table, and it's not just a career or a checklist of achievements, it's something deeper, something that fuels him in a way that can't be bought or faked. He doesn't just dream, he takes action, constantly working toward his goals because they mean something to him. He's not driven by others' expectations or by the pursuit of a certain image. He's following a path that feels right for him, and that level of authenticity resonates deeply with a Sigma female. What makes this man truly attractive to her is that he's self-motivated. He doesn't need her validation to keep going, and he's not competing with her success. Instead, he's focused on his own path, just as she is with hers. This mutual respect for each other's ambition creates a powerful dynamic between them. They're not trying to outdo one another, rather, they're both inspired by each other's commitment to meaningful goals. For a Sigma female, being with a man who shares that same sense of purpose is incredibly refreshing. It's a partnership where both are pushing towards something bigger than themselves, and that's the kind of connection she's looking for. Number 9, he doesn't fear intensity. A Sigma female doesn't do things halfway. When she wants something, she wants it with all her heart. Her passion is intense, unapologetic, and at times overwhelming. Most men might shy away from her strength, intimidated by the fire in her eyes or the depth of her emotions. But the man who truly captures her heart isn't scared of that intensity. He's drawn to it. He understands that her emotional depth isn't a weakness or something to be tamed. It's part of what makes her exceptional. This man doesn't flinch when she's fired up about something, nor does he try to shut her down. Instead, he's steady in the face of her emotions, comfortable navigating the full spectrum of her intensity without getting defensive or feeling threatened. While other men might cower under the weight of her passion, he recognizes it as a sign of strength and authenticity. He's not looking for someone who'll keep everything bottled up or water down her feelings. He values her unfiltered energy, even when it's raw and intense. For him, handling the depth of her emotions isn't a challenge, it's a privilege. He doesn't see her as too much or too complicated. He sees her as a woman who feels deeply, thinks deeply, and loves deeply. And he's right there with her, matching her emotional intensity with his own understanding, his own capacity for depth. The connection they share isn't shallow. It's built on the ability to dive deep, to experience each other's passions and vulnerabilities without fear. This fearlessness in the face of emotional intensity is what sets him apart. He's not afraid of the fire, he's drawn to it, and he thrives in that space where both of their passions collide and create something even more powerful. For a Sigma female, this is the kind of man who truly gets her. Someone who not only accepts her intensity but is captivated by it. Number 10. He's fully detached from drama. A Sigma female has zero time for drama. She's not interested in playing mind games or engaging in petty conflicts. Her life is too full of meaningful pursuits to waste on unnecessary chaos. So, the man who catches her eye is the one who brings the same clarity and focus to his own life. He's completely detached from the noise of gossip, small talk, and trivial issues that swirl around in the background. He doesn't get caught up in the drama others create. He's too busy living a life that's about substance, not spectacle. This man isn't the type to feed into nonsense or keep up with the latest office gossip. His world is organized, intentional, and clear of the clutter that can cloud judgment. He's not interested in stirring up trouble for the sake of excitement or getting involved in petty squabbles that add nothing of value. When problems arise, he approaches them with a level head, always looking for solutions instead of getting bogged down in emotions or drama. What makes him even more appealing to a Sigma female is that he doesn't try to manipulate situations or create unnecessary conflict. When issues come up, he's calm and composed, willing to work through real challenges with maturity. This level of emotional intelligence is rare, and it's something she truly values. He knows how to communicate, solve problems, and move forward without bringing extra baggage into the mix. For a Sigma female, a partner who is detached from drama is a breath of fresh air. She craves peace and order, and the man she falls for must be able to match that desire for a drama-free life. He doesn't just avoid the chaos. He actively cultivates a life where only what truly matters takes center stage. That's the kind of person she's drawn to. A man who lives with purpose, not with the need to stir up unnecessary noise. In the end, the man who wins the heart of a Sigma female is no ordinary man. He's the one who understands that true connection goes far beyond surface-level attraction. And he's not afraid to stand on his own, fully aware that the woman he admires is just as independent and driven as he is. He doesn't need to prove himself through shallow displays or by fitting into societal molds. His worth is intrinsic, built on his passion, integrity, and ambition. He sees her as an equal, not as a challenge to conquer, and respects the depth of her emotions without flinching. He's detached from drama, focused on what truly matters, and brings clarity, calm, and purpose into the chaotic world around him. For a Sigma female, this man isn't just a partner, he's a rare match, someone who resonates with her on a level most people can't reach. He challenges her, supports her, and allows her to be the unapologetically complex person she is without trying to change her. In him, she finds not only a companion, but someone who makes her feel seen, respected, and understood. In a world where most settle for mediocrity, the Sigma female knows that the man she deserves is one who sees the world the way she does, deep, authentic, and full of purpose. And when they come together, it's not about two halves becoming one. It's about two whole individuals who amplify each other's greatness. If you've made it this far, you clearly see the value in diving deep and exploring what truly matters in a relationship. If you enjoyed this breakdown of what makes the perfect man for a Sigma female, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. There's plenty more content where this came from, all designed to help you navigate the complexities of life, love, and everything in between. Join the community, and let's keep the conversation going. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, Jules. See you in the next video. Bye for now and stay blessed.